Well, right now we're coming here to Abuja and we're being joined by Yakubu Lamai, who is the Senior Special Assistant Public Affairs and Media Strategy to the Governor of Nasarawa State. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you so very much, Mope. Thank you.
What do we make of all that is going on? What does Nasarawa make of what is going on in its neighboring state, Benue, especially considering the allegations of the governor, who has apologized now? We do not know if the apologies have been accepted. You know, for not consulting. I think he was pretty specific with his apology for not consulting with the Nasarawa state governor before he said that those who were perpetrating the attacks in Benue were being shielded or held in Nasarawa.
Now, I think the first thing to say is that His Excellency Governor Ortom the governor of Nasarawa State, and the entire good people of Nasarawa State, we offer our heartfelt condolences to the entire citizenry of Benue State because of the tragic loss of over 70 or so of their citizens. It is tragic, it is very sad, it is also criminal, you know, but that said, I like the way the governor of Benue State speaks, because when he leveled his allegation against Nasarawa State and said that this supposed militia or herdsmen, you know, were being harbored in Tunga. I mean, they of course keep saying Tungwa, but Tunga, I presume they mean Tunga in our local government area. You know, he was very, you know, his statement, he was vehement, it was with clarity and emphasis. One would expect, because it is the measure of a leader, especially a governor, if you would like to make such very clear and very tacit allegation, which is dangerous, which is spurious, which would be damaging, you know, on whatever basis. You know, so Nasarawa State was completely befuddled. We felt, wow, where is this coming from? His Excellency Governor Ortom was abroad. You know, he quickly cut short his holiday and he came back. But Nasarawa State was the very first respondent at the scene, you know, to give succor and harbor the refugees that were fleeing. The deputy governor instantly acted. Now, Tunga around Awe, basically, you have Tunga, you have Awe, you have Obi local government areas. And these are around the border post between Benue State and Nasarawa State.
Do you think it was improbable? I mean, yes, he did not talk to his brother governor. And it would have been, you know, appropriate for him to reach out if he had any concerns. But this herdsmen or these people who were carrying out this, you know, deadly attacks were definitely coming from somewhere and escaping to somewhere.
Absolutely.
But do you think it's absolutely improbable that these people were actually escaping to the border communities, maybe between Benue and Nasarawa?
Well, first and foremost, I think that his statement and the way he pronounced it and went to the media defies logic, because of course you look at the border. There's the river, and we share borders with Taraba. He said specifically, he did not say that was like a route through which purportedly this alleged headsmen were allegedly passing through to come and attack and then recoil and go back. He specifically said, if you play back the video, they know, he knows in person where these militia men were, and they are in Tunga in our local government area. So this is the very first time any official of the Nasarawa State government would be speaking. His Excellency's response at that time was very calm, because he's been in the saddle for over 6 or 7 years. And we've had our challenges in Nasarawa State, security challenges. Recall that in 2013, we also lost about over 77 security officers during the, you know, the Ombase ethnic militia. And so, you know, the approach of Governor Ortom was, look, verify this fact, because obviously, if a neighbor governor would make such a very strong allegation, it is expected, logically, that he has evidence, some body of information or facts that supports whatever he is saying. So what we did was see if we could rejig our security apparatus and investigate or reinvestigate and find out, look, is there anywhere, is there a route perhaps through which these people go past and then you know, infiltrate Benue State and then recall and perhaps disappear into wherever they're disappearing.
What did you find?
Clearly, there wasn't any shred of evidence to show that there were militiamen located or being harbored in Tunga. First and foremost, the Tunga community itself, you know, the traditional ruler went to the press and said, look, we don't have anybody here. The deputy governor went on first-hand rapid response and, first-hand investigation with all the security. Again, there wasn't anything like that. Now, you also have to look at the precedent of the relationship between Nasarawa State and Benue State. I think in 2016 or thereabout, there was this, the G7, in fact, much earlier, 2009, there was the G7 sort of security apparatus where you had cooperation and sharing of intelligence between Nasarawa State and other states at that particular level. But it went down. It went very dormant. And Governor Ortom Makura, at a point in time, now decided to bring that back up. January, almost a year back, over a year back, Nasarawa State governor went with our entire team to Agatu, where the governor donated 20 million and, brought about the signing of these peace accords to make sure, because, again, Nasarawa State, I keep emphasizing, is a microcosm of Nigeria. You have thief people who are in Nasarawa State, they're indigenous to Nasarawa State. Originally people would say the Idoma, the Agatu, and the Tiv come from Benue State. Yes, they do, if that's their ancestral home. But in Nasarawa State, they are full-fledged, bona fide indigents of that particular state.
What's clear is that today there's a communication gap, even at that level of political leadership. What's less clear is the implications of that on security architecture within that part of the country moving forward. And I want to ask you, if this can happen at that level, this kind of discord, what is the implication for your team, the Nasarawa State government, and their kind of communication and partnership with, say, the State Police Command? How would they communicate moving forward with their Benue State counterparts, and how will it affect the relationship going forward?
I think the communication model between states is very formal, it's well structured, and it does exist. You have, border, control teams. You have committees that have been set up. In fact, if you trace back to during the Agatu crisis, there was a joint border security team that was set up, a committee where you had representatives of Nasarawa State government as well as Benue State. So there's actually a well-established formal communication channel between these states.